Welcome to our channel. Today, we will explore one of the most iconic TV shows of the 80s, Mork and Mindy, 1978 to 1982. The show left a lasting impression on viewers with its perfect combination of humor and meaningful messages, as well as its talented cast, including notable names like Robin Williams and Pam Dawber. However, behind the laughter and immense success of the show lies the story of the challenging, difficult, and tragic lives of the 20 actors who were part of it. The great challenges they faced, painful losses, and even tragic accidents and deaths made their lives often feel shadowed. Let's take a closer look at the emotional journey of the Mork and Mindy cast, the joys and sorrows behind the spotlight. Robin Williams, born July 21, 1951, is one of the most talented and beloved actors in television history, best known for his role as Mork the quirky alien in Mork and Mindy, 1978 to 1982. With his unique comedic style and boundless energy, Williams won the hearts of audiences, becoming an icon of humor and warmth. However, behind the fame was a life full of challenges. Growing up in Chicago, Williams struggled with loneliness and complex family relationships. Despite his flourishing career, Williams battled addiction, depression, and anxiety. These struggles deeply affected his personal life. On August 11, 2014, Robin Williams passed away at the age of 63 from suicide, leaving the world heartbroken. His tragic death not only marked a huge loss in the entertainment industry but also shed light on the invisible battle he faced throughout his life. Nevertheless, Williams' legacy lives on in the hearts of his fans, through the emotional performances and laughter he left behind. Conrad Janis, born February 11, 1928, stood out with his role as Fred McConnell in Mork and Mindy, 1978 to 1982, where he portrayed a reliable landlord who formed a strong bond with Mork. With his powerful presence and emotional delivery, Janis made a mark in both television and film. Growing up in New York, he studied at Juilliard and built a diverse career in acting and music. However, his personal life was not without challenges. After a painful divorce from actress Adrienne Barbeau, he faced tensions in his relationship with his children. Financial setbacks in the 1980s due to bad investments disrupted his life. Despite many hardships, Janis continued his acting career and maintained a private life in his later years. He remarried artist Margaret Trigg, but she passed away before him. Conrad Janis passed away on March 1, 2022, at the age of 94, from organ failure, ending a long life full of career triumphs and personal struggles. Ralph James, born November 29, 1924, was the voice behind the character Orson in Mork and Mindy, 1978 to 1982, bringing authority and wisdom to this extraterrestrial supervisor. Though his role wasn't as prominent as some other characters in the show, his deep and commanding voice became an indispensable part of Mork's intergalactic journey. Ralph James was a veteran voice actor, with a career spanning animated series and television, making a lasting impression on audiences through his voice work. His personal life was quite private, with little public information about his family. After retiring from his career, James lived a peaceful life until his death on March 14, 1992, at the age of 67, from a heart attack. His passing marked the end of a distinguished career and left a significant gap in the voice acting world, particularly for those who cherished his contributions to the entertainment industry. Tom Poston, born October 17, 1921, brought warmth and humor to Mork and Mindy, 1978 to 1982, through his role as Mr. Bickley, an eccentric and lovable character. With a long career in comedy and television, Poston became an icon in sitcoms over the decades. Born in Massachusetts, he faced significant personal struggles, including 2 failed marriages, one of which was to actress Suzanne Pleshette, and the painful loss of his son. Despite these challenges, his career continued to thrive, and he became a respected figure in Hollywood. In his later years, Poston lived more privately, dedicating time to his family and addressing the emotional pains of his past. Tom Poston passed away on April 30, 2007, at the age of 85, from respiratory failure, leaving behind a legacy of humor and silent sorrow, reflecting the personal battles he fought off-screen. Elizabeth Kerr, born August 15, 1912, was an actress with a long and notable career, but her role as Cora Hudson in Mork and Mindy, 1978 to 1982, left a special mark on the audience. As a kind mother who always supported Mork and Mindy, Cora contributed to the warmth of this quirky comedy. However, Kerr's life was not without challenges. Growing up in a strict family, she overcame opposition to pursue her passion for acting and build a career in New York. Despite her success, Kerr faced the heartbreak of losing her only child to a tragic illness, leaving a deep scar in her heart. Kerr did not remarry after a brief marriage, and though the sorrow remained, she continued to dedicate herself to her career. She passed away on January 13, 2000, at the age of 87, from natural causes. Elizabeth Kerr's legacy is one of resilience and an unyielding spirit, despite the personal tragedies she endured. J. Thomas, born July 12, 1948, left a special mark on Mork and Mindy, 1978 to 1982, as Remo da Vinci, a charming businessman with a strong and humorous presence. With a diverse career in both television and film, particularly through his role in Mork and Mindy, Thomas gained wide recognition from the audience. Born in Dallas, Texas, his personal life was not easy, with a divorce and major struggles with alcohol addiction, along with emotional pain from the loss of his son at a young age. Despite these challenges, he overcame them and continued his career. However, in his later years, Thomas faced an even tougher battle when diagnosed with cancer. Though he fought bravely, he passed away on August 24, 2017, at the age of 69, from cancer. His death was a great loss to the entertainment world, as Thomas was remembered not only for his talent, but also for the difficulties and tragedies he overcame in his life. Jonathan Winters, born November 11, 1925, played Mirth in Mork and Mindy, 1981 to 1982, bringing a unique blend of absurdity and wit to the role. Mirth, Mork's son, was a character who brought humor and surprise, reflecting Winters' outstanding improvisational skills. However, his personal life was filled with challenges and tragedies. Winters grew up in a family with many issues, including his father's alcoholism and his mother's mental illness. This tumultuous environment led him to develop his sense of humor as a way to cope with emotional pain. Throughout his life, he struggled with alcohol addiction and depression, and although he had 2 marriages, both ended in divorce. One of the greatest tragedies in his life was the heartbreaking death of his son in a 2003 accident, which deeply affected him in the years that followed. Despite facing many difficulties, Winters continued his career and brought joy to fans with his incredible comedic talent. He passed away on April 11, 2013, at the age of 87, leaving behind a legacy as a brilliant comedian but also a life filled with personal tragedy. Robert Donner, born on April 27, 1931, is best known for his role as Exciter in Mork and Mindy, 1978 to 1982, a quirky, humorous, and unpredictable character that brought a unique touch to the show. Donner's performance as Exciter made a deep impression on audiences with his distinctive comedic style. However, his career path was not easy. Donner faced many personal challenges, including troubled relationships and 3 marriages that ended in divorce. One of the greatest tragedies in his life was the death of his second wife in a car accident, a wound he never truly overcame. Additionally, he struggled with alcoholism, which affected both his personal life and career. Despite this, Donner's talent and humor continued to shine through in his work, making significant contributions to television. He passed away on June 8, 2006, at the age of 75, after a heart attack, marking the end of a life filled with trials and tragedies. Patrick Cranshaw, born on June 17, 1919, portrayed Jake Loomis in Mork and Mindy, 1978 to 1982, a calm and strong character, completely contrasting with the quirky characters around him. Cranshaw had a career spanning several decades in Hollywood, but his personal life was filled with difficulties and sorrow. Growing up during the Great Depression, he had to work hard to achieve success. However, his career achievements were overshadowed by personal losses. His wife passed away after a long illness, a pain Cranshaw could never overcome. He never remarried, and although he had 2 children, his family relationships became increasingly distant. Nonetheless, Cranshaw continued to dedicate himself to his career and sought comfort in his work. He passed away on December 28, 2005, at the age of 86 from natural causes, leaving behind a legacy of career success and silent sorrow that he carried throughout his life. Maureen Arthur, born on April 15, 1934, played Zelka in Mork and Mindy, 1978 to 1982, bringing a quirky and strong character that created an interesting dynamic for the show. Arthur's career spanned many decades, with notable roles in TV shows like The Love Boat, The Jeffersons, and The Golden Girls. Although she did not achieve widespread fame, she was highly regarded for her versatility in both comedic and dramatic roles. Beginning her career in the 1950s, Arthur continued to work steadily, often taking on prominent supporting roles. She married twice, her second husband being actor James T. Callahan, whom she lived with until his death in 2002. Despite not having children, Arthur spent many years with him, but her later life was difficult as she struggled with depression and gradually withdrew from the public eye. Maureen Arthur passed away on June 15, 2022, at the age of 88, from natural causes. Her legacy as a talented actress is perhaps underrated but deeply meaningful to those who knew her. Foster Brooks, born on May 11, 1912, played the humorous Miles Sternhagen in Mork and Mindy, 1978 to 1982, notable for his special comedic talent portraying a lovable drunk. However, behind his humorous roles, Brooks's life was a struggle with alcoholism and personal sorrow. Growing up in poverty, he found solace in performing but also wrestled with alcoholism during his early years. After seeking help in the 1960s, he overcame his addiction, but his personal life was still deeply affected. Brooks married once, but the marriage ended because of his alcoholism, and his greatest sorrow came from the tragic death of his daughter in a car accident. Despite enduring these tragedies, he continued to dedicate himself to his comedy career, bringing laughter to audiences. Foster Brooks passed away on December 20, 2001, at the age of 89 from heart failure, leaving behind a legacy of a career full of laughter, but also a life marked by pain and loss. Harvey Lembeck, born on April 15, 1923, played Ovitz in Mork and Mindy starting in 1981, bringing a humorous character with subtlety and unique acting talent. Lembeck was a prominent comedian, widely known for his role as Butch in the Beach Party series, as well as memorable performances in The Monkees and The Dick Van Dyke Show. Although he achieved success in comedic roles during the 1960s and 1970s, Lembeck's life was not without challenges. Growing up in New York during the Great Depression, he faced difficulties in building his career in Hollywood. His personal life witnessed 2 unsuccessful marriages, despite a period of career success. However, Lembeck's health began to decline in the 1970s, but he continued to work. Despite his beloved comedic talent, Lembeck passed away suddenly on January 5, 1982, at the age of 58 from a heart attack, just months after his role in Mork and Mindy. His death left a big gap in the comedy world, and he will always be remembered for his humor and unique charm. Johnny Hamer, born on January 19, 1920, portrayed Danny St. Tommy in Mork and Mindy from 1979, leaving a memorable presence on the show. A veteran actor, Hamer was known for his roles in popular shows like MASH * and The Love Boat. Despite a successful career, his life was deeply affected by personal sorrow, particularly the tragic loss of a child in the early 1970s, which led to a battle with depression. Nonetheless, Hamer never gave up his passion for acting, continuing to appear in many TV shows. However, in his later years, he faced serious health issues, particularly cardiovascular diseases, causing his career to slow down. Johnny Hamer passed away on November 18, 1989, at the age of 69 from heart failure, leaving behind a legacy of memorable TV roles, reflecting a life of career success intertwined with profound personal tragedies. Raquel Welch, born on September 5, 1940, played Captain Nirvana in Mork and Mindy starting in 1979, bringing a powerful and charismatic character that helped create memorable moments in the film. A beauty icon and symbol of feminine strength, Welch was widely known for her prominent roles in 1,000,000 Years BC and Fantastic Voyage. However, despite her fame, her personal life was far from easy. Welch went through 3 marriages, all of which ended in divorce, and she faced public scrutiny about her private life. Her career had its ups and downs, especially when confronting the challenges of aging in Hollywood. Beyond her career, she also endured the significant loss of her mother in 2000, which deeply affected her. Despite often facing criticism about her appearance, Raquel Welch paved the way for women in Hollywood. She passed away on February 15, 2023, at the age of 82, from natural causes, leaving a lasting legacy and being an inspiration to many generations of artists. Anita Dangler, born on September 26, 1922, made a deep impression with her role as Princess Lusitania in Mork and Mindy, starting in 1979. Her character, powerful and strong, contributed to the unique appeal of the show. Growing up in a modest family, Anita discovered her passion for acting early and performed in local theaters before transitioning to television. While Mork and Mindy was her most prominent role, Anita also participated in other television shows. In her private life, she married once, but unfortunately, her husband tragically passed away early in their marriage, leaving her without children. Despite her success on screen, Anita led a private and quiet life. In her later years, she faced health issues and chose to withdraw from the public eye. Anita passed away on March 4, 2000, at the age of 77, on her birthday, marking a sad end to a life full of challenges. Georgia Engel, born on July 28, 1948, left a special mark with her role as Ambrosia Malspar in Mork and Mindy starting in 1979. With her unique comedic style and sweet voice, she was beloved through her roles in famous TV shows like The Mary Tyler Moore Show and Everybody Loves Raymond, where her charm and subtle humor won the hearts of audiences. However, despite her bright career, Engel struggled with anxiety and depression throughout her life, making her a private person who rarely shared about her personal life. She never married or had children but faced the painful loss of her sister, an event that deeply affected her. Georgia Engel passed away on April 12, 2019, at the age of 70 from natural causes, leaving behind a modest but meaningful legacy in television. Bill Murray, born on December 19, 1919, became famous for his role as Carl Simpson in Mork and Mindy starting in 1979. Carl, a stable and humorous character, quickly won the audience's affection with his warm advice and fatherly role in the show. Bill's life was not easy from a young age. He worked various jobs before finding his passion for acting in the 1950s. His big success came with his role in Mork and Mindy, where Carl's practical personality created a perfect balance with the other quirky characters. Bill married twice, and although his first marriage ended in divorce, he had a son with his ex-wife. His second marriage faced difficulties, and after his second wife passed away suddenly, Bill went through a challenging emotional period. After many ups and downs in life, his health declined in his later years, and Bill withdrew from the public eye, focusing on his family. He passed away on December 10, 2003, at the age of 83, leaving behind a legacy of beloved characters and a heartfelt acting career. Brian James, born on February 20, 1945, played George in Mork and Mindy starting in 1978. With a strong and intense presence, Brian often took on roles with a dark edge, making him a standout character on screen. Growing up in California, Brian worked hard to establish his acting talent, ultimately finding a place in both television and film. His career is marked by memorable films such as The Fifth Element and Lock Up, but his role as George in Mork and Mindy was a significant turning point in his television career. Brian was married twice and had 2 children, Andrew and Emily, but his personal life was affected by struggles with substance abuse, which caused strain in family relationships and impacted his career. Despite these challenges, he remained dedicated to his craft, continuing to work regularly in Hollywood. Brian's health declined over time, and he passed away on August 7, 1999, at the age of 54 due to a heart attack. His sudden death left fans mourning what could have been a greater legacy for such a talented actor. Don Galloway, born on July 27, 1937, played FBI man in Mork and Mindy starting in 1979. With a long career in television, Don was known for his impressive roles in famous shows like Ironside and Kojak. His FBI man character in Mork and Mindy brought authority to the show's humorous setting, creating an interesting contrast with the main characters. Growing up in the Midwest, Don pursued his passion for acting and quickly found stable work in television. Although he was married and had a son, Michael, his marriage ended in divorce, and his personal life faced many struggles. In his later years, Don struggled with depression and financial difficulties, but maintained respect in the industry. After a stroke in the late 2000s, his health rapidly deteriorated. Don passed away on January 8, 2009, at the age of 71, leaving behind a legacy of a respected acting career and a family who always remembered his contributions. Priscilla Morrill, born on June 4, 1927, is best known for her role as Miss Kalinowski in Mork and Mindy, which she joined in 1980. Her character, with an authoritative and straightforward presence, brought a strong element to the quirky world of the show. Growing up in New York City, Priscilla developed a passion for acting at a young age and studied theater before transitioning to television. Although she had a long career with many roles in both television and theater, Mork and Mindy was the role that solidified her reputation. Priscilla was married once and had 2 children, Lucy and Thomas, but her marriage ended in divorce. She faced many personal hardships, including the loss of loved ones and health issues. In the 1990s, she fought kidney disease, and she passed away on November 9, 1994, at the age of 67. Her death marked the end of a remarkable acting career, leaving a lasting legacy in the industry and in the hearts of those who worked with her. How do you feel about the passing of these Mork and Mindy actors? Please share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications for the latest videos.